What's good, boys? I am back. I haven't recorded a video in a very long time. I've just been busy. Okay, if you guys don't know, I recently moved to a new warehouse. So I have just been busy unpacking everything, organizing everything. It's 3 times bigger than my last warehouse. So that in itself just took so much time out of the whole entire schedule. And obviously, I have work, I have other stuff to do. So I just haven't recorded content for a while. But in today's video, I'm just going to explain why most clothing brands fail. And I think this is, for me personally, I've noticed this for so long because I've been in this game for like 3 years now. So I've been doing this for 3 years. I've seen many clothing brands come and go, including people that join my programs, just in general. Like, I've seen a lot of clothing brands come and go on TikTok and Instagram. And I'm just going to be explaining some things that I think are the reasons why clothing brands fail. Okay. So, first things first, this is the most self-explanatory one is you're lazy. Okay, you're just lazy. You don't have no work ethic. You have never done anything valuable in your life except for scrolling on TikTok and consuming brain rot and understanding what every single brain rot term means. Okay, that's the only thing you've done in life. So because of that, when you're trying to start a business, it's a little bit harder. Okay, it's a little bit harder to actually, get the work ethic and get the skills necessary to succeed in business. So I would say number one, I'm just gonna take this out of the way because I feel like this is common sense, is you just don't have a work ethic. You're just lazy and you quit. Okay, that's the main reason 99% of people fail at business is because they quit. Okay, 9 times out of 10 you never really fail unless you quit. Okay, because that means you keep going and eventually you're gonna make it. Anyways, aside from that, I'm going to be explaining some actual logistical things when it comes to clothing brands and reasons why your brand is not working. Okay, number one is you don't want to do the dirty work. Okay, so what I mean by this is most of you guys are starting from nothing. You guys are starting from scratch. You guys have no followers. You guys have no social proof. You guys have no prior customers. You guys have nothing. Okay, because you have nothing, you need to do the dirty work in the beginning to get yourself up to a point where people actually bought your brand before, or you have some sort of reputation, or you have past customers and you have a couple followers. The problem with this is when you're first starting out, you don't know what you're doing. So obviously, skill wise, you have no skill. Also, intention wise, you don't know what to do. Number three, which is probably the main important part, is the fact that you just have to do the dirty work. Okay, so with this, what I mean by this is a lot of you guys don't understand that when it comes to starting a brand new business, just in general, not even just a clothing brand, you have to pretty much put the dirty work in. This means unfollowing people on Instagram. This means posting 5 times per day on TikTok and Instagram Reels. This means doing going up to a bunch of random people, whatever the case may be, doing pop-ups or putting your name out there, trying to do everything you can to get your name out there and to get customers. Okay. For me, for example, a great example of the dirty work that I did. Okay. I never told anybody about my business. So all the dirty work I did was online. So I posted 5 to 7 times per day on TikTok and Instagram. I posted over 1,000 videos before I got one video to go viral. I also unfollowed people for a month straight just on Instagram. And then I think after that I only hit 100 followers, which is crazy. A month's work of unfollowing thousands of people, and I only got 100 followers. You've got to be kidding me, bro. So these are some things that I did. Okay, obviously there's way more things that I did. Everything I've done with my brand, I learned by myself. I taught by myself as well. So making the website, I went through a bunch of tutorials. Pretty much you have to just do the dirty work. Go through YouTube, search up a bunch of stuff, and actually do the work for yourself. The problem with this is a lot of you guys just don't have the willpower to do this. For me personally, I was pretty much desperate to get sales. So that's the main reason why I was okay with doing all the dirty work, because I had nothing anyways. I had nothing else to lose. So I was like, why not just do all the dirty work? And eventually it did pay out. And obviously, I am here now. But the point I'm trying to make is a lot of you guys just don't want to do the dirty work. You guys want to choose the easiest way possible. You guys want to choose the easy way out. And unfortunately, the easiest route is probably not, the best, because it probably means you're skipping a bunch of steps. And what I mean by this is, like, for example, if you pay for information or get a mentor, that's different because like you're just getting information. But let's say you're just not doing, like, you're not posting on TikTok, you're not posting on Instagram Reels, you're not trying to get your followers up. Eventually, it's gonna catch up to you, and you're just not gonna get sales. And your business model is just gonna be terrible, okay? Because you just don't have the fundamentals in place. Which leads to my second point on the main reason why most clothing brands fail, is because you guys don't have the fundamentals in place. Also, by the way, yesterday I threw up like 15 times. I don't know what it is. I ate some, like, I don't know, I ate some food, and then I drank like a naked drink smoothie, and then I threw up like 15 times, and I had like a stomach ache, my head was spinning, and I don't know, like is this food poisoning? I don't even know. Okay, anyways, back to what I was saying. Bro, why does this girl keep texting me, bro? Oh my god. Okay, guys, one thing I will tell you guys is, like, getting a girlfriend is definitely really good because, like, you don't have to, like, look at different girls all the time. But at the same time, bro, like, sometimes I just want to chill, you know what I'm trying? Like, sometimes I just want to work. I'm not even going to parties, I'm just working, bro. God damn, why are you interrupting every single second of the day? And don't call me crazy, but, like, I'm just like, damn, like, why, like, do I need to see you every single day? All right, anyways, back to what I was saying. So pretty much most businesses, what they lack is fundamentals, okay? So what I mean by this is just having a good product, having good customer service, having good shipping times, and just being a good business, okay? Like, this is the basics, okay? A lot of people don't understand. As long as you have a good product, good quality, good price, and you ship out, you know, in a reasonable time period, and you have good customer service, so, like, let's say they want a refund, whatever the case may be, you're gonna do fine. I promise you. Like, obviously, there are so many different factors that go into it. Like, if you have a bad Instagram aesthetic, let's say you have bad marketing, or you don't know how to run ads. By the way, why do I just have a big ass trash can? What the hell? Who the fuck put that shit there? But if you guys don't have a basic fundamental, or if you guys don't have good fundamentals for your business, pretty much the point I'm trying to make is you are going to fail because, you know, you're pretty much building, like for example, a lot of people, they focus on marketing, ads, things like that, which is fine. But the problem is the fundamental, which is your product, is just trash. So you're not going to get sales anyways. Do I just die now? Oh my god, bro, guys, like, am I in the wrong? Oh yeah, also, by the way, last night I was in the bed, right, and I was just sleeping, okay? Oh, by the way, okay, guys, I don't think you guys understand. I literally, for no reason, I threw up 15 times. I had a stomach ache. My head was spinning. I was in a very bad mood. I was going through it, okay, and I was sleeping. And this girl starts crying at like 4 a.m. And I'm like, bro, why are you crying? And she's like, I don't know. I'm like, why are you crying? Tell me, talk to me. Why are you crying? Because obviously, I'm just sleeping. I didn't do nothing, bro. It's 4 a.m. by the way, and I have my head spinning, and I have a stomach ache. I threw up 15 times a couple hours before, and she's crying. And I'm like, what's wrong? And she's like, oh, I had a dream that you were following other girls on Instagram. Bro, are you serious right now, bro? It's like 4 a.m. and she's like crying about that. And I'm just like, bro. Bro, like, what the fuck? Like, goddamn. Like, I don't think you guys understand, okay? Like, I was just chilling. She starts crying, and then she's like, oh yeah, I had a dream that, you know, you were following other girls on Instagram and you didn't cuddle with me. And I almost just left my room and like slept outside. Like, that's what I was gonna do. But obviously she was crying, so I was like, whatever. Anyways, back to the point I was trying to make. When it comes to the another reason why your business is failing is just not enough cash flow, not enough capital. Alrighty. Hello? I'm filming a YouTube video. Yes, I will text you in 2 minutes.
Okay, you're done in 2 minutes?
Yup. Bye. Anyways, as I was saying, damn, I don't even want to film this, bro. This girl literally. Anyways, so pretty much as I was saying earlier, Another reason why your business is failing is because you don't have enough cash flow. Okay. So if you guys don't know, cash flow is literally the bloodline of your business. Okay. If you guys don't know what that is it's pretty much money coming in, cash flow, money coming in. The problem is that if you don't have cash flow, your business is going to fail because you have so many overhead expenses. I don't think people understand. If you own a clothing brand, and obviously I'm talking about brands that actually get sales, okay? If you can't even get any sales, like if you can't even get 5K in sales per month or something like that, like you don't have to worry about this because you have other stuff to worry about. You can't even get 5K in sales, bro. You're the problem, okay? So I promise you, like for most of you guys that are making less than 5K in sales per month, you're the problem, okay? The business is fine. You're the problem. You're probably just lazy and your business fundamentals and like the basics you have, your product is probably just trash, okay? So anyways, as I was saying, if you guys are making more than 5K, whatever. But if you guys have a decent amount of inventory, you have like maybe a storage unit, maybe you're running ads, you have like all these apps, Shopify, website, whatever, you have a lot of expenses that you are, I guess, spending every single month. And the only way to mitigate that expense and make a profit on top of that and plan for other future collections is if you have cash flow, okay? You may ask, how do I get cash flow? Well, it's pretty simple. Just drop products that people want to buy. Okay, this is the one thing that I don't understand with most brand owners is why are you dropping products that nobody wants to buy? Okay, for example, for me, I drop products, or most of the products that I drop are catered towards my audience. Okay, what I mean by this is obviously I am not Genie, I'm not a fortune teller. I don't know whether or not my customers are going to like these products. I can never know this, right? Because I'm not a fortune teller. I can't tell the future. But based on my previous designs, previous products that I've bought, and how the customers reacted to those designs and those products, I can kind of get an idea of what they would want. Okay, so most of my products that I drop are catered towards those type of products that customers want to buy. Obviously, sometimes I drop experimental products, and the reason why I do this is because, you know, number one, people can still like it. You know what I'm trying to say? Just because it's experimental doesn't mean that people won't like it. Obviously, the chances of them like really liking it is pretty low compared to your other products because percentage wise it's just a little bit riskier. So like if you drop an experimental product, the chances of it going viral or your customers liking it is like 50-50. But if you drop a product that people just have bought in the past before, the chances of you like selling out and getting a lot of sales is like 70-80%. So it's just higher. So the main reason why I drop like experimental products here and there, like for example, denim is a very good example. My customers don't really like denim, but the reason why I still drop denim here and there is because it is experimental. And on top of that, I just want to drop it. Okay, I just want to express my creativity. And from my perspective, I'm okay with taking a loss of, you know, 50 products or 100 products of that specific item because I have other products that are winning. Okay, obviously holding on to unnecessary inventory is kind of stupid, but that's another reason why I don't even order that much to begin with. Okay, you guys should not be ordering 200 orders or 200 products of a single product or a single design from the get-go, because who do you think you are? You're not going to sell that out. Okay, so this is another reason why cash flow is important. Obviously, cash flow also funds your future collections, samples, things like that. Obviously, if you guys have a designer, it's going to fund that too. Pretty much it just funds the business. It is literally the lifeline, okay? As soon as cash flow is done, this is another reason why I personally hate brands that, you know, drop once every 3 months and close their website 24/7, because you're not making money, buddy. Okay, you're not. I don't care what you say. And I don't care who you are, bro. Unless, obviously, if you have 100K followers, like I believe Cortez does this. They close their website 24. Like, okay, like if you have over 100K, that's different. But I'm saying if you have like 3K followers, 5K, 10K, 20K followers on Instagram, and you're closing your website 24/7 and you only open it for like 3 days every 3 months, I promise you, you're not making more money than me. I promise you that. We can literally go bank account to bank account. We can like Shopify dashboard to Shopify dashboard. I promise you, I make more money than you. And it's not because my brand is better. It's just solely off the fact that my brand is open 24/7. That's the only reason. Obviously, like I said earlier, there's nothing wrong with closing your website here and there, but the brands that close their website like 3-4 months and like pretty much 90% of the calendar days are their website is closed. I really doubt they make that much money. Obviously, they will make a lot of money in a specific day. So if they drop something, they can make like 20-30K in one day. But like that's the problem. It's only limited to that much money in a singular day. So that's another reason why I don't really recommend that. Anyways, final point, which the last point on the main reason why I guess clothing brand owners fail is because your product is ass. Okay. And I don't think a lot of people understand this. Obviously, if you have good marketing, you can sell anything. But the problem is, why are you trying to sell stuff that nobody wants to buy? Okay. This kind of leads back to my third point, which is like you need to drop stuff people want to buy. But I think a lot of you guys don't understand your product, objectively speaking, is just trash. Okay. I'm not saying it's like, oh, it's my opinion. I'm saying objectively speaking. So like, for example, I'll give a very good example. So I have like an inner circle group, and pretty much what I do is, because like my inner circle is like a lifetime access thing. What I make them do is like when they're like, cause I have different people that join the program, right? Obviously some people already have sales. Some people are first starting out. For the clients that are first starting out, what I make them do is I make them send designs in the group chat, and I give them feedback, right? I tell them what's good, what's bad, what to fix. This is how you learn a skill. Okay, you get feedback from somebody. But what I've noticed is that a lot, like especially me too, but every brand that starts designing first and like they start Photoshop, their designs are just terrible and they think it's really good. Okay, so obviously, most of my clients that join my program, like they're in the program for a reason. They're like, they want to grow. So like me giving them criticism is like, they like it because obviously, they want to grow, right? They want to learn, and they want to hear the truth. But I think what I've noticed is like a lot of these brand owners, they make these designs and then they drop it in the chat. And they say like, oh my God, like I kind of like this. So can you still give me feedback? And I tell them it's ass. And like some of them get butthurt, I'm trying to say, which is fine, right? Because if somebody told me my art, my creative process was like fucking ass, then I would be pissed too. But the way I look at it is like, objectively speaking, like obviously I like every client that I have in my inner circle program has a different niche. But I guess what I do is like, objectively speaking, I tell them whether or not this design is good. Okay. So what you guys don't understand is like a lot of your designs you're dropping, objectively speaking, are just terrible, especially if you don't know what your customers want. So if you get to a point where when you know what your customers want, and you know what type of designs they want, you know what type of products they want to buy, then you can drop whatever you want to drop, for your customers. But the problem is, in the beginning, you don't really know what your customers want. So the best thing that you can do is you can just drop objectively just great designs. And that's the only way that you can have a higher chance of getting sales, is just by objectively dropping good products. So I would say like that's the main problem, is a lot of you guys are just dropping trash ass products. It can be too minimalistic. It could be too simple. Usually that's like the main problem. It's just too simple. But even design wise, like most people don't even know how to use Photoshop like that. So, that like I can just tell by looking at the design that this person just is terrible at Photoshop. So things like that, you feel me? I feel like are pretty I think it's just like common sense, but at the same time, like I think 90% of people just have a problem with that. But yeah, boys, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna go text this girl right now. I don't really want to see her right now, I'm not gonna lie, but I don't want her blowing up my phone, so I'll text her right now. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys later.